What's going on, guys? Welcome to another community showcase. Today we have a game between Tomb King and vampires. Now, in the past, I would say that this matchup is pretty much unwinnable for vampire counts because one thing, which is the Tomb Prince. But right now, I think the Tomb Prince got nerfed. You cannot activate that rampage mechanic unless you are below half HP. Guess that's the catch. So people are trying different builds, and today Zach actually brought a very well thought out list and very diverse in his build as well. Let's check it out. So at the back we have two skeleton spears. One of them is the Regiments of Renown, and we have Necro Knights. Necro Knights are amazing in this matchup. It turns out to be because they can dish out a lot of damage to large units. They can do a lot of damage to Blood Knights and stuff. Pretty decent. And then we have two units of a heavy hitter, Ushapti Great Bows. They can do a lot of damage. And we have two skeleton archers as well. So 4 range units. And in the midst we have a Nekahara Warriors. This guy's gonna mop the floor with the summon zombies. I think that's the catch here. And then we have 1, 2... Oh, actually these are Tomb Guards. 2 of them. And 3 skeleton spears. And Cetra is actually on his chariot. Pretty decent pick here. The chariot Cetra is kinda different from Kitty Cetra. Chariot Cetra is gonna do a insane amount of damage on charge, especially against those infantry. And also with 100% with 100 charge bonus, that's like 145 melee attack on charge against the large unit as well, which is pretty nuts, to be honest. And then we have Night Wizard with just net and the mana regen, the augment of winds, and yeah, that's it. That's the build. I like it. And then we have a pretty standard, I would say pretty standard vampire count army against TK. We have Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, which is pretty much the strongest zombie dragon lord in the game, and he's pretty much rocking all his kit: heart piercing, helm of Discord, anti-hero, and raise that, Vanquer's Dance Makra, Invocation of Nehak, and pretty much all the good stuff. And we have another zombie dragon here, the Terra guys. And we have bats ×2 as well. He's just tying down those archers and grey bows, in my opinion. And also we have creep horrors. Now this is a very interesting pick. Creep horrors used to be the best monster infantry in the game, but after the monster infantry fix, they are now not really that good. But yeah, I think Flying Taco really really bold to bring 2 units of creep horrors. That's actually amazing. And there's no mortis, but we have a corpse guard, which is also pretty good. And the corpse guard is gonna provide a juicy buff to melee and as well as melee defense and attack, which is awesome. And for the front line we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombies. Behind them we have Stearnsman, Graveguard, and I believe these are all Graveguards. Nope. Okay, 3 units of Graveguard including Stearnsman, and 2 units of Skeleton Spears and Skeleton Warriors ×1. And that's the build. Let's see how this can play out. I think a preferable build would be consist of 1 mortis, but in this case there's no mortis. So Tomb King is actually pushing in, try to get enraged too far, which is a very good move because Great Balls has a lot of range and can dish out a lot of damage. Vampire counts are moving in as well. I'm not too sure because there's only Cetra on a chariot and there are only 2 Great Balls. I would say that all this range, all these flying units from Vampire counts can actually deal with them. Just basically be patient, wait for your zombies, wait for your grave guards while everything is in position. You just basically do a good old all-in. So basically engage everything with your infantry, get crew porters onto the front line into those tomb guards, and use fail bats together with Blood Dragon, Vampire Lord, and Terror guys to basically deal with Shaptic Great Balls, and use some zombies to maybe blow up these Necro Knights because they can do a lot of damage, but there's only 1 of them. But we'll see. Right now, the Terror guys is doing really hot, dodging the Shaptic Great Ball shots, which is currently very effective. Now, the Great Balls are targeting those creepers, which is also a very ideal target. I think at this point, the spats should be set in because right now the front line is about to engage, and you need to blow up those Great Balls to mitigate some damage onto your creepers. There you go. And I also think that Terror guys needs to bring in as well. That's gonna be a perfect site breath into those archers though. Oops. Okay, that's a net of number attack casted onto the Terror guys. And these Great Balls are currently still firing. This unit needs to be on Great Balls, not on skeleton archers, because they're not gonna dish out a lot of damage. The other bat unit already got completely shattered, disintegrate, I should say. And yeah, alright. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is coming in, dive onto the Shaptic Great Balls. Necro Knights are right here though. Oh, that's not a good situation. He needs to run away. There you go, and maybe pure one unit of zombies to support sideways. I think. I don't know. Terror guys is in a world of trouble because right now Terror guys is without support and everybody's ganking on him. And if the Terror guys die here, that's gonna be a disaster for vampires. Creepers are in. Oh, Terror guys just disintegrated. Wow, from the Cetra charge. Amazing. Now that's a big loss for vampires. I think, I'm not too sure, but there's another net casted down to the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, and I believe those Shaptic Great Balls are firing at him. There you go, there's another summon, and the Creepers can deal with Shaptic Great Balls though. And also the front line is heavily in favor of vampires, but the thing is, I want to slow down things a little bit. Because I think vampire player really need to take his time to set up this flanking, and because right now this skeleton spear unit is holding 3 units, including, I mean, I don't know, I don't like the blobbing here, and also I don't really like stacking against tomb guards, because tomb guards can just die to your grave guards easily, and you don't need an extra zombie to tank the damage or anything, because they really don't do that much charge bonus. They have a charge bonus of 8, which is considered really low. And here, like when you have so many infantry, you just need to flank, in my opinion. Anyways, So Corpse Cut is actually rushing in, trying to provide some melee buff for those creepers. But pay attention, this Corpse Cut actually does not heal. Yep, that's not a Holy Lantern, so it's not gonna heal. So I do believe the lack of healing is also not very good. The Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is still fighting really good though, and the Necronize is almost gonna get compromised. And all of a sudden it looks really good for vampires again. Considering how he lost his Terror guys and all 3 of his bats pretty early into the game, I think this is still a very dead close game. Cetra is actually just ping-ponging between units, which just basically utilizes his immense charge bonus of 100, which is awesome. This is why sometimes you see Cetra Chariot just charge on 2 people and people just die instantly, because that 100 charge bonus is actually insane. Rebels are still firing. The summon Ushapti unit is actually very well timed. Necronize is gone. Necronize are disintegrated already. Oh, the Tomb King infantry is really having a hard time. But Ushaptis and the Skeleton Archers are still firing though, which is nice. Scrupulous needs to get out of here, because I think what's left here is gonna move the floor with those Nikahara warriors and the skeletons. Just get the Scrupulous out and chase down the Ushaptis. I think that's the thing. Because right now on the battlefield, the only thing can do damage is Cetra. But Cetra is not gonna kill your entire army, so a battle core will be focused on killing those great boss. There you go. Blood Dragon is very efficient at doing that, and also just because the other thing, like ideally right now you should have the Terra guys, but yeah, I think Cryptoros can do just well as well. Those are Ushaptis. Alright, never mind. Forget everything I said. Cryptoros already died out already. So yeah, not much to say. The Ushaptis are getting blown up by the zombies. I think they're gonna die out pretty soon. I think Cetra needs to come to this direction to save them though. And here, Ushapti Great Bows are getting chased down by Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. But the Dragon Lord is still taking archer shots, which is not looking so great. And there's gonna be another huge charge from Cetra into this Graveguards. There you go. That's gonna do a lot of damage. But Vampire still has a really strong blob here. Right now, I think the best call would be summon a unit zombie here and just get rid of these Ushaptis as fast as possible. Because right now, the Blood Dragon is already at healing cap, and oh, that's not a good call. Don't chase Cetra. You're gonna die. Because Cetra may look really weak in melee, but it's actually not. On the Chariot, Cetra still has a lot of fighting power, even though both of them got the stats lowered to just basically 10-ish. But look at that, Cetra actually killed that Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. So at this point, there's no coming back for the vampires. Cetra is gonna take it, because all vampires left are infantry, and Cetra on the Chariot, it's tailored to do damage onto infantry. And he has a lot of mass, so there's no coming back. But the balance power, yeah, right now is super in favor of Tomb King now. There you go. And soon the battle is gonna end. I'm surprised that both Creep Horrors got taken out so fast. And also, Terror Guys, I think, is just a little bit careless, to be honest. Because I do believe this vampire army has a lot of chance fighting this Tomb King army. Because in the end, you see, it's still that close. The only 2 units left are this almost disintegrated skeleton archers and Sasha himself. So one of the things we can take from this matchup is that Tomb King infantry stand no chance against the likes of vampire counts, because those Tomb Guards are just far more superior than Tomb Guards, and I believe they cost the same, so that's a win-win for vampire counts all day every day. And Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is very strong in this battle as well. It can do a lot of damage. And Terror Guys, only 1 kill though, not too sure what happened there. I think Terror Guys just got blown up by a lot of units and got cast in net and just died. But he did disintegrate with maybe 1/5 of HP left. Not too sure what happened there. I think it's the fire damage from Cetra, because Cetra did bring their blade, which caused fire damage. I'm not too sure. But the thing is, the script horrors also didn't perform, and I really don't like the way how those bats were played out, because those bats were supposed to tie down things while you do like a big old all-in. But the thing is, I think those bats were kind of failed because they got sent in just 1 by 1 and got focused on really bad, so they got no value pretty much. But the MVP for vampires are the 3 units of Grave Guards and the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. So for this Tomb King army, it also has its own issues. I think Necro Knights are good, but not enough. Cetra is pretty damn good. 264 kills are amazing. And I also like the fact that he put him on the chariot, because for most for other generals like me, in this matchup I would bring Cetra on the kitty. But anyways, and Tomb Guards, despite the fact they got outclassed by Grave Guards, but if they got the matchup onto the skeletons, they can also perform. Look at this, 235 kills, but mostly zombies and skellies. Grey Bows, amazing. I think they put a lot of value in terms of dishing out damage onto those flying units, and also the Crypt Horrors. I think they are pretty good. They did more damage than Recognized, in my opinion. And yeah, that's the game. I think it was really close, and also really demonstrate the strengths and weaknesses of both factions. And I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. For now, Oracabos signing off.